So I'm about 2 weeks away from getting home for 1 week. I'm going back for my sister's wedding, and I'm very excited about it. It'll be almost a year since leaving. It's going to be by far the longest amount of time I've spent out of the United States. Even when I was in the military, I did do deployments, but none of my deployments lasted as like the Army had, with a year, 15 months, sometimes even longer than that. All of mine were much shorter than that, being in the Air Force. I'm only going to get probably about 3 days there. 3 nights at least, 4 days, 3 nights. That's because the trip is a 14-hour flight each way out of Guangzhou to LAX non-stop. And so I'm kind of trying to plan my time. What am I going to do, and who am I going to hang out with? Most of my time will be in the mountains near Lake Arrowhead for the wedding. So I'm going to have very limited amount of time actually in the city and in my old stomping ground. So I've been racking my brain thinking about, what do I miss the most about the United States, about home? What am I going to spend my time doing and seeing when I'm there? I will have a car. I'll be renting a car. I have a car back in the States, but it's in storage in Temecula. So that just logistically, it doesn't really work out. So I'm just going to rent a car out of the airport. Now, I remember Anthony Bourdain doing a 24-hour layover episode in LA, and he recommended In-N-Out Burger. Now, I love a good In-N-Out Burger just as much as anybody. But, I like hamburgers, and they got hamburgers here. What they don't have is Mexican food. So I think the first place I'm going to hit up, if I'm on the run, is probably El Pollo Loco. Love me some El Pollo Loco fast food, the little BRC burrito. And another place that I definitely have to hit up that I miss a lot is my favorite taco, Wahoo's Fish Tacos. They're throughout Southern California. I believe they're in Northern California now and in Colorado. I grew up eating these suckers. They're not quite Baja style. They're grilled fish. Absolutely delicious. Although expensive, man, I can grub on them all day. And what would a visit home be without visiting your local pizza parlor? The one that you grew up with. The one when you were a child and your father said, hey, we're having pizza tonight, and you'd be all excited because you get to go play some video games at the parlor while the pizza was getting ready. So for me, that's a small little pizza parlor called Northwood Pizza in Irvine. And man, I've been craving. They have pizza here in China. It's Pizza Hut. Everything else is kind of shit. I miss good pizza. And the last thing I can think of is pho. In Orange County, there's a very large Vietnamese community, and of course I'm a little spoiled because I have great Chinese food and great Vietnamese food. And here in southern China, there is no Vietnamese food, even though we're very close to Vietnam. And the couple places that I have been able to find in Shenzhen or Guangzhou, the pho is shit. At least that's my opinion. So I'm definitely going to get me a nice bowl of pho in Little Saigon.
M. Yeah.
哎，这个是什么呀？就是比较少数的，很少的。这个呢，比这个多一点，基本上在。
Now, aside from the food, obviously I'm going to be missing my family and friends, but there's other things that I'm looking forward to doing in a short amount of time. One thing I miss more than anything is just going for a drive, setting the cruise control, listening to English radio stations, and enjoying the scenery. And this is another thing, I'm from LA, this is going to sound a little strange, but the last time I spent a long time out of LA, it was about 2 years total, and I remember driving in to LA on the freeway and opening up my sunroof and taking a big whiff. And yeah, they got smog and everything, but there's definitely a unique smell in the air. And only because I'm from there, it's like, yeah, it smelled like smog, but it's home. I'm gonna miss that. Now that's just a small little list of the things that I'm going to be doing in my short time at home. Of course, there's many things that I miss. I mean, I could do a whole video just based on that. But in my short 4 days, that's what I'm going to concentrate on doing. And it's also, of course, visiting with my family and friends. So yeah, I'll take videos of it and I'll post it and share it all with you. What it's like going from China back to America and seeing that reverse culture shock you always hear about.